This is a conscientious discussion always. Coats, to clip or not to clip?
So horses grow coats for a reason. Okay, some of them go a bit over the top when they get hirsutism and they've got Cushing's. Then they're a bit too hairy, and that can cause a problem because then we see them overheating, something serious. I don't like clipping a lot because I think the coat is there for a reason. It also means you shouldn't rug them because they've got their own rugs. And I think it's one of the problems we see a lot of here. People rug their horses at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because the grooms are going off. And I go and see a horse at 6:30 or 7 because now it's got a touch of colic, or I've even gone to see a horse because it's rolling. It was rolling because it was just too hot. So I think we need to be conscientious. I remember when I was silly enough to have my own horses at home, and I used to finish dinner and then go down and put the rugs on. So to be honest, we shouldn't really rug before 8 or 9 at night. But it becomes
I suppose you almost need a temperature gauge outside though, and you say like on a particularly cold day.
And when does it get the most cold at night? When do you feel the cold?
I'd say it's actually kind of as it dips down and then it's almost stabilizes.
No, the coldest time of the night is actually before the dawn.
Of course, yeah.
Because that's when the sun's been away from us for the longest. So between 3 and 5 in the morning, or 3 and 6 at the moment, is actually the coldest.
And if your horses are stabled, a nice bed is probably the best thing for them.
So if they've got a good bed, I'm not hassled. And in fact, there's a lot of talk, especially minis and small ponies, to not rug them.
Okay.
You know, one thing for me with clipping, if you're going to clip because you've got a show horse and all that, I understand. Do me a favor, do not clip them under the saddle.
Yes, I see this.
Okay, so
and I'm seeing less people doing it, which is great.
So I suddenly realized quite a few years ago, it was something that I was really worried about, a horse that kept getting a sore back, and I suddenly realized that it was every time he was clipped. And then I went, I wonder why. So us girls sometimes shave our legs, and when the hairs on our legs get a little bit long and you pull a pair of socks up, what happens? All the hairs get stuck in the sock. So what happens on their backs is that hair starts pinching into the numner, and then it's stimulating all the time. I was just thinking about
leaving the hair there as like a nice cushion.
So what is taping? Taping is using hair follicles to stimulate the muscle below it. So now you've basically taped that whole saddle patch
where you're sitting,
and you're causing massive stimulus by the movement of the numner, because that hair is now short and it's getting stuck in the
That's just such a great perspective. I hadn't even thought of that.
So that's why I really say to people, please just leave.
I thought we were just leaving free fluffies,
leave the number. So unfortunately, they're showing people still want the whole horse clipped, and I'm like, for the welfare of the horse, can we please leave a saddle patch?
I think we're moving towards leaving the ears and the whiskers and things like that.
So I think that the saddle patch will come next.
Be the next thing. Yeah.
The other clip I really like is just the hunter clip. So you just clip under the belly, round into the stifle area, round the front, leave the hairy legs below the sort of shoulders. I think that's a great clip.